Sometimes it's just fun to go into a movie completely blind and have no idea what it's about, other than the fact that it is an anthology movie. And perhaps this could be one of those films. Now, I'm not a big fan of anthologies, but that's not the point. Hi everyone. I am the Arty Dans, and welcome to SHOCKMANIA. Welcome to this review of, I'm going to look off the screen, SHIN KAISHAKU BANCHō Sarayashiki Okiku-dera Temple, which is the first of the SHIN KAISHAKU BANCHō Sarayashiki trilogy of movies. Now, before we go into the review, let's check out what this anthology is about. 3 tales revolving around legends told at a temple. The first story involves progressively weird photos that appear to have captured a spirit. The second story is about an emergency hotline operator who may or may not be involved in a terrible crime. And the third story is about a trio of women who really love dogs. They really love dogs. I don't think that I can emphasize that one enough. And that's probably a movie or a story that you'll need to experience for yourself to fully understand. Now, there are 3 kinds of horror movies that I kind of detest. I hate vampire movies, really do. And the only vampire movie I think I've ever enjoyed is probably From Dusk Till Dawn. Now, I hate found footage movies, which is weird because I like Gonjam Haunted Asylum, I like Paranormal Activity, I like Blair Witch Project, and I like Incantation. But for the most part, if you tell me it's a found footage movie, I'm not going to be interested. The other thing is, I really hate anthology movies. The problem is with anthology movies is once the story gets started, it pretty much has to end because, there've only been so much time allocated to that movie, that story in the movie. And I feel that's probably the case with this movie as well. However, I think I might like this film. This comes from director Shugo Fujii, who's more well known for his works on movies like Mimicry Freaks and Onpaku, which I know didn't quite get a very high user score. I think he could be a fan of directors like Koji Shiraishi and Jiro Nagai, who both have large filmographies of movies that are big commercial projects and small independent works. Now, if you're a fan of Koji Shiraishi, you know exactly what I mean. He makes big movies, and then all of a sudden he just makes 3 dozen of these short, I can't even pronounce the title of those movies, but you know what those kind of movies they make. And this one I feel is this director's, Shugo Fujii's attempt at probably creating his own breakout series of short stories like that. Now, this is the first of a trilogy so far, a trilogy of movies. Now, the key to anthology movies being good, or at least interesting, is ensuring that the stories are somewhat original and fun to engage with. Now, the first story in this movie definitely is not. Reminiscent of Shutter, it's just a rehash of the tried but worn out scary photograph trope. It's even got a Sadako ripoff. Okay, I know it's not Sadako, but you know what I mean. If you can get past the first story, then I think you're rewarded with 2 decent tales. Now, the second story is more of a mystery thriller that slowly reveals itself. This is the story about the emergency operator who receives a call from an apartment where a suicide has occurred. The first half of this story is surprisingly cheerful. The actress just won't stop smiling. But when the shit hits the fan, she reacts accordingly. I didn't mind that story so much. I mean, it kind of wasn't really going anywhere, but at least it ended good enough. It's the third story, I think, that's the best. It's here where we meet an adorable girl, her mother and aunt, and their dog Palmer. Now, a fair portion of this movie is told from a dog's perspective. And that's where the first clue of what's happening here kicks in. Trust me, I'm not going to spoil this for you, but these women, they definitely have a thing for dogs. But this is also where I have an issue with the anthology format. Sure, they seem to love dogs, but we don't know why. And that's something about this story that I think I wanted to know more about. It's also an interesting story about psychology and control, but again, it's not really explored more than at a surface level. Now, just remember with movies like this, you're not going to get a glitzy and glamorous production. The acting is adequate, but not awesome. The visual effects do their job well enough. The ghost photo looks like early AI, and thank you so much to Holly for pointing that one out. While the dog stuff looks, well, canine enough. The blood and gore is relatively subdued, but what's most annoying is the blurred out nudity. If you're gonna do that, just let the actors keep their clothes on. I know there are better anthology movies out there, like the Three Extremes movie. I don't think anything will be better than that film, but this is still a bit of fun if you can find it. Don't expect glitz and glamour, and you'll be surprised. So using my patent pending ghost rating, which stands for great horror or stupid trash, I'll give this 2 ghosts. It's probably more let down, not probably, it's let down by the first story and part of that second story. Third story definitely is where everything picked up. Now, I suggest that you go and join the Shockmania Discord. And the reason why is because we, and when I say we, I mean members of the Discord, we watched this movie together in a watch party session. So there's a handful of people out there that know what I'm talking about when it comes to this movie and really enjoyed it, and we were able to chat along. So if that is you, if you want to be a part of that, please go and join the Discord. We'll try and show a movie at least once a week, maybe at least a month, but we try to do it once a week. This is the first movie that we watched, and it was an enjoyable chat. Everyone had a great time. It was fun, and we all started really paying attention once the dog story kicked in. So join our Discord, come and say hello, and wait for the next watch party, and you can join along with us. I am the Artie Dans. You are watching Shockmania. Thank you so much for tuning in. A big shout out to our 3 channel members. Your names are on the screen right now. Thank you so much for your support. Like, subscribe, join the Discord, all the other stuff that YouTubers tell you to do, and I will, hopefully, catch you next time.